Hello everybody, Warren here. I just wanted to thank each and every one of you Patreon supporters for yet again another fantastic month of your support for October. This has definitely been an interesting month. A lot of stuff has been put in that's new. I also was able to take the time to run my second booth ever at Orlando IX, and I actually, not only did I get a lot of good feedback and had a lot of people play and enjoy my game, I actually ended up leaving with an award for Best Game Mechanic, which was friggin' awesome. I was not expecting that, so that was really cool. Anyways, with that being said, I wanted to kind of go over some of the stuff that I was able to do within the last month with your support, and kind of go over a little bit of some of the new things that I plan on doing for this month. So for last month, I was able to get in some new artwork here. I've got a couple new NPCs like that blacksmith there. I've got Islude over here, another NPC, and there's the sorcerer that you can interact with, as well as a shopkeeper down to the bottom left, who I'll go talk to in just a little bit. So some of the other artwork that was put in was a lot of the background tile work. I added some touch-ups to the latest tile sets, as well as adding in some new stuff. There's another huge window and some stuff like that. So that's actually something that's going to be worked on for this month as well. I've already contracted out the artwork for this month, which consists of actually a new enemy and some more artwork to support this area. So we're going to kind of expand on this area and start making enemies for it. So that's the plan. But anyways, for now, what I ended up completing from last month was I actually reworked the whole event system. So I was able to add in specific dialogue choice events. So instead of just interacting with NPCs by talk, buy, or leave, there's actually certain instances where if you trigger something, they'll ask you a certain question, or you can interact with them a certain way, which will affect the outcome of that NPC's fate, or your fate, or other NPC's fates. It's all kind of mixed in. So it definitely will allow for some more branching of storyline. The one thing that's lacking in this demo that I'm sure a lot of you are probably more curious about than anything. I don't want to put in any spoilers or anything like that, but I'm starting to put in some subtle text, I believe, within the demo to kind of get you more of a feel of how the story's gonna go. I think it's kind of hard to do, but the story is definitely something that's getting fleshed out a little bit more. Anyways, so as far as the dialogue events go, the choices come up. So this guy says choose your element. So you're able to choose. Let's just go with fire. So he hands me a fireball stone. He just gave me some magic and said, fire is a natural form of destruction. Well, that's cool. He would have said something different if I chose a different element, but I didn't. So, thank you. So now I'm going to be able to go in here and equip it. And put it to whatever I want to. It's on the left bumper. Fire! So there's that. And here's another instance. So, like, the first time I talked to this guy, it kind of triggers this question. It's like, oh, I haven't seen you around before. And then he asks kind of like a tutorial question, do you know how to equip weapons and armor? Yeah, I do. Oh, well, that makes things easy then. So, now you can kind of talk to him whenever you want. You can also buy from him too. He's obviously a vendor. So go ahead and buy that strong sword, and I'll come back soon. Probably not, but thank you. So now I got anyway. And there's other NPCs that do different things too. But we'll talk about that later. This is something else that I added into. This is just kind of like based off of the, let's say, Diablo 3 transmog type deal. For one, it helps me with the color palette options for the current items. so I'm able to just kind of look at this. It's my own little editor, but it's actually something I'm gonna leave in for you guys to mess around with. It is something that I do plan on putting into the final game. But it'll probably be something like, let's say, Joseph's Cloak or something, you know, where you'll be able to edit it later, but it's going to cost a ton of money, and it's not just a cloak. You know, you got armor. Let's make something like darker red. Let's just change the tune a little bit too, I guess. Okay, anyways, you can even change his hair too. Green, but I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, so that's just one of the features I've also kind of just thrown in there that I'm probably going to expand upon as well. Some of the other things that I would expect to see for the next month would be a little bit more juice. I know Screen Shake was something that has been lacking. It's like a I guess expected thing to do now. I just haven't done it yet. I just haven't put it in yet. So that's probably something I'm going to put in for next month. Some of the other things, like I said before, I'm going to have a new enemy NPC and as well as some more tile work for this environment, so I can expand upon the works of it. I believe the elevators and everything were in here already. If not, they basically work. You have to hit the switch, and then you can hit down and go down and up and go up. This is just kind of like a debug room. But I do plan on expanding the area some more. Probably won't see it. Well, I'm probably going to compile this build once I finish putting everybody's names in for the credits. And then I'll probably compile this build and put it up for you guys to download. But I probably won't expand upon the areas yet until I get the new tile work done, which probably won't be until like mid to end this month. I'd also like to kind of put in some of the new enemies and stuff and expand that way as well. So I think that pretty much sums everything up for what's been going on over the last month and what to expect for this month. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know. You know, if there's something that, you know, I'm just not doing right that you would like to see, please let me know. Oh yeah, Geraldo will appear here too, but I just didn't go save him. Oh yeah, something else I wanted to talk about. The pyres. So, right now, they're currently just a fast travel. I did want to do a lot more with that. I've been kind of going back and forth between the idea of either using them to forge new magic spells, or if maybe I should just keep it to where magic spells are something that are hitting everywhere and that you would need to either find them or buy them. It's kind of like, you know, I guess like a traditional magic stone, like materia-based system or something like that, you know. So I wasn't sure if I should do that or if I should make it to where you can actually find like certain materials and kind of create your own magic. That would definitely be its whole system in itself. That would definitely be a lot more work thrown into this, but it would definitely be pretty cool, I think. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm curious. If you have any thoughts on it, please let me know. Please comment below, or you know, whether it's in the Patreon post or on the YouTube. I'll check both. Also, I think. Oh yeah, another thing for the pyres too. Another mechanic that, if you haven't noticed within the current demo already, if you actually kill the forest boss before actually making it through the first area of the abandoned village, it'll actually spawn this different type of difficulty where all these skulls start spawning. And for those of you who decided to explore because you couldn't kill that first boss, you went ever and just kept running at him over and over again until you beat him, you probably didn't see this ever. But if you kill that boss, this dark event will spawn. It'll be rainy and foggy, and it'll stay like that until you make it to a certain point. Now, that mechanic was just kind of like a test phase. I wasn't sure if people would like that or not. I think some people accidentally procced it and they didn't like it because it was really hard, and other people didn't really even notice it, but when they went back to play it again, they did, and they actually enjoyed it. So I'm just kind of curious if anybody actually has any specific thoughts on that, because I was actually planning on implementing something like that, except it would be more involved around pyres, and it would be more of a deliberate action as opposed to forcing your way through a tough enemy. And there's two reasons for this, because I know that some people, they don't like easy games, and there's other people that don't like hard games. So I thought, without actually having a difficulty setting, which I think those are just kind of lame, I thought it would be better just to have more of a I guess passive form of difficulty. So, I mean, obviously for somebody like a speedrunner who wants to try to run through as fast as they can and kill all the bosses and not explore, they would actually have a very tough time. It would actually be the difficult mode. But for those who wanted to explore and like pyres and stuff like that, and kind of clear out all that fog, they're the ones that would have the easier gameplay, if that makes sense. And it's still something that's conceptually in the works. I still want to make sure I got everything right before I put it in. But, you know, again, curious if you have any thoughts on that. So, I think that just about does it. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this. If you comment, thanks again. Any kind of feedback, I really appreciate, whether it's good or bad. Just if you're going to tell me I suck, please tell me why. But other than that, I guess that's it. So thank you, all of you. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoy the work that's been put in this so far. And hopefully it just keeps meeting your or exceeding your standards. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks. See ya. Talk to you later.